It's very easy. We know, just looking at the numbers, there are what today is 7.5 billion-ish people in the world, something like that, right? Does it make any difference to anyone's life, really? I'm one out of 7.5 billion people. 7.5 billion people plus or minus one. It's like big deal. It has no statistical relevance or significance whatsoever whether or not I exist. So maybe it doesn't really make a difference that I exist. Does it really matter? Would the universe care? Would the universe even notice if I just wasn't here? And the answer is that for me to exist, there has to be a specific, unique, divine, creative force, which the Creator is implementing, that makes me exist the way that I am. Which means that one thing is guaranteed. As far as the Creator is concerned, it's important for me to be here. Because if it wasn't, I wouldn't be here. Because if it wasn't creating me, I wouldn't exist. And it's true of every single one of us, of every single one of the 7.5 billion people in the world. It's true of every Jew, it's true of every person, it's true of every blade of grass, frankly. As soon as we realize that everything that exists because it's being made to exist actively, intentionally, specifically by the Creator, that means that everything that exists needs to be here. Otherwise, it wouldn't. Like you don't put effort into things if you don't want them to be there. So first of all, it changes the way that we look at ourselves and the people around us also. And some of us, different people have different strengths and weaknesses. Some people, need the encouragement to really appreciate the importance and the fact that we really need to be here. And yes, Hashem cares whether or not we're here, which means that it matters to the universe whether or not we're here, and it matters to the people around us whether or not we're here, even if they aren't aware of it, even if, and usually it's not the case, but even if the people around me really wouldn't know or care whether or not I was here. And generally when people think that, it's not true. It's an inaccurate perception of the situation. But even if it would be true, the Creator knows my value a lot better than they do, and apparently the Creator wants me to be here or I wouldn't be. So for some people, that encouragement is, the more important part of the picture, and for other people, they need help with seeing that in the people around them, in realizing that everyone we interact with matters and needs to be here. And if that wasn't the case, they just wouldn't exist, because for each of us to exist, the Creator has to be specifically, intentionally making us exist.